it's nice having you guys have a couple of days off, and we understand you did bring everybody in just to, I don't know, maybe you can talk about it. Like,
Shake the cobwebs out.
right, the proper amount of rest, what kind of sweat you want to do on kind of an off day. Like, how does that rhythm go for you? What do you like seeing?
Yeah, I like getting them up and down. Not a lot of contact, but we definitely ran today. I think it's important. You can't mimic a game, but you can definitely mimic, conditioning and being back in altitude and just trying to breathe the air a little bit going into Friday. Obviously, we leave again for Saturday back to back, but it's got to take advantage of it as best you can. The rest is important, but so is the preparation for what's coming. And somebody asked me upstairs about it, and 3 days off is unique, but at the same time, so is going south for 2 games, coming back for 1 game, going back down south. So it's like, got to take advantage of what was given to you. So we did it today. We'll take tomorrow off, and we'll shoot around, for the game day.
And you know what? I think it was you in one of the pressers. I mean, let's be honest. As many games you guys have played here in the last 10, 12 days or so, it's been crazy. But it's not so. And I'll probably say this funky. It's not so much to travel, go to another city, but it's all the times you got to get on and off an airplane. That's kind of what wears on the players and makes you guys have to figure out how to manage some rest and time, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is, and there is a wear and tear to that part of it. There's a mental part of it. There's a constant preparation and zero just relaxation of your mind. You're always thinking about what's next. Not to mention, changing time zones constantly. It was funny. We went back to Memphis, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so this is an hour ahead of us. If we wake up at this time, is that too early? You take all those things into account, but at the same time, I was like, well, I don't even know what time zone I'm on because we had moved around so much, and so we had to shoot around because what's the difference? It's part of the deal, and I'm really proud of the guys. I think we could have won the Sacramento game, could have won the Chicago game. But the guys were really weary in those games. I give them credit. Like, they brought the proper amount of energy, gave us a chance to win, and that's what it's going to be. You just got to deal with the schedule as best you can and just maintenance ourselves, as positively as we can.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you get 2 or 3 days off. Game Friday night, another Cup game, and then boom, boom, back on an airplane to play Phoenix, which I think Phoenix now is on our time during the winter time.
Yeah.
And then they go to West Coast time, so that'll be all the same.
Well, technically, we're on their time, but whatever.
And then you come back, you play again Monday, and then, oh, by the way, you got another 3-game road trip that you leave for on Tuesday.
Yes, and now it's look, the whole league's going through it. It's a challenging schedule. I think obviously this is the first year we've done the whole TV deal with all the Amazon and NBC and all those things, so it's changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to deal with it, and other teams are dealing with it too. Just right now, not a huge fan of it, but just the way it is.
What are you going to do, right?
All right. Talk to us, go if you can, the process with AG. Like, he was dealing with something, but then he was playing, then he's off, now he's playing, and then, oh, no, he's really hurt, now he's out for – can you take us just through that sort of period, what happened, and where things are at with AG is the best that you can right now?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speculate of why he got hurt, other than we, maintenance him as best we can, like everybody else, with the bruises and the things that happen during the season, and everybody feels uncomfortable going into games. And so it's not like it's, all the rest of the guys are healthy. What happened to Christian was a freak deal.
Mm-hmm.
AG, obviously, it's frustrating because it's something he's had before. So we've tried to do the best we can with him. He knows his body well. Just one of those things, man. Like, he has the issue. He's an explosive player at that weight, and things like that happen. So, we got together as a team, the medical guys and Aaron himself, and we're just going to try to do the best we can when he comes back of finding a different solution to, how we play him and when he plays and, whatever his routine is, we have to change something. So it's just some things you can't control, man. It's just the way it is.
Is it more like, hey, we really do expect him to be back 4 to 6 weeks, or is it more like, hey, in 4 and 6 weeks, we're going to look at this? It's which direction does that go?
I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, I think in 4 weeks we'll obviously look at it and see where he's at. If I could crystal ball it like I'm a doctor, I would definitely do it, but I have no idea. And I think Christian's the same way. It's
Okay.
a slow healing injury, and you hope for the best. You hope things happen, with their bodies and things come back, in a good way, and they can come back quickly. But more importantly, they're out. So we got to survive these weeks. And then when they come back, obviously we'll be whole again, and hopefully everybody else is healthy, and we go from there.
And the scary thing with health is because I think if you guys are completely healthy, you beat Oklahoma City last year in that second round. I really, really do. The good news is if you're going to have to go through injury, and you mentioned everybody goes through injury, you're going to see Philadelphia. Philadelphia's been bit again with injury too also. But you're seeing the emergence of different guys. You knew you had to count on Peyton a little bit this year, but now you're having to count on him a little bit more. Instead of maybe 22 minutes a game, he's getting 32 minutes a game. And it really feels like the last 2 or 3 games, he's kind of grown up a little bit more into what you guys are asking of him.
Yeah, and I think it's for Pate and for everybody that plays that position with our team. He made 5 threes, and that was great, but his last bucket was the most important. It was in the dunker. And so – with us, you have to almost, morph into what we need in that possession. And he did a really good job of it in Memphis. And I always think with opportunity, there's more, repetition of shooting the ball's in your hand more. And you hope that translates to hopefully we're in the playoffs down the road and you get the ball and it's a big moment and you got to knock down a shot. Now you've had these opportunities, because when you get whole and everybody's back, it's very different in the sense of, the ball comes to you less. And so you have to be able to step up in these key moments. So it's good to see him, have the opportunity. And, Pate's a confident kid. And what I really need from him is just to keep guarding. He's going to guard the best matchup nightly, him or Spencer, and we need him to step up on that end.
And it's kind of funny, and you guys go down and watch all the films. You could see the adjustment, too. You talk about that dunker position, because I bet you Joker – in the last 3 or 4 games without Aaron, there's probably been 2 or 3 or 4 turnovers that I think Aaron catches and finishes, where I think Zeke got caught by surprise a couple times when he was in there a couple games ago. I've seen Peyton get caught by surprise. In fact, that behind the back pass of Joker the other night, he told me in the locker, he said, man, all I could say to myself, don't miss this layup. Don't miss this layup. But that's an adjustment because – and it shows you the chemistry, I think, that Aaron and Joker had for so long. Well, we got to have new guys understand that position a little better.
Right, and I think it's also there was one instance where Bruce was down there, and he found Bruce. It was the right play, but Bruce isn't Aaron. He's not going to dunk the ball. And so Bruce had to bring it out, we're up against the clock. So it's an adjustment. And I think people, just like we always talk about, don't get tired of watching Nikola play. Aaron Gordon is – if he's not the best player in the world in the dunker, he's really close. And you're talking about a guy that can not just, like you said, not just catch it, but catch a lob, catch it low and go finish against a rotating big. Like, this is a very unique athlete. So, yeah, it's an adjustment for these guys, but they got to keep doing their job. And we need somebody down there to screen in rotations to finish around the basket. I think they'll get used to it as they go, as long as Aaron's out.
You brought a bunch of guys from the Gold back, and I understand why. That makes perfect sense. Will we see Deron Holmes specifically in the mix a little bit over the next 3 games and 4 days?
If he's needed. I thought Zeke was really good the other night, with the 6 defensive rebounds, tough rebounds, in traffic, made a couple threes. Everybody's by necessity on a team, any team sport. And so if Deron's called on, I'm sure he'll play well. If we go to Curtis, we go to Tamar, we need ball handling, we need shooting. I think those guys can step up. But, obviously the guys that have been here and been to the repetition of what we've been doing are going to be first to be called on. That's just the way it is. But I trust all those guys, and they all have a chance.
You know what? Now, a little bit lighter, you mentioned Joker in the past and stuff he does. And, in fact, I asked the guys which was better. Was it the lob to Hardaway, which I think a few guys were a little surprised that Tim got up there and finished like that. The little behind the back pass. Jamal had an unbelievable little funky hook pass to the corner too, to Zeke, I think, for a 3. But now the national media, we just had Adam Schefter on, and Schefter goes, Scott, did you see that pass? Could you? And I'm like, dude, that happens and you mentioned in your press, it happens every game, if not every other game. You see something, you go, how did that happen? But does it feel to you as kind of a sports fan, a basketball fan, that maybe the world is finally kind of caught up to what this cat has been doing here in Denver?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the only positives of social media is the fact that it gets out there and people see it because it's just so extraordinary. And I actually love everybody was talking about how their bench reacted. I thought some of the people in the crowd, their reaction was incredible. It's people in Memphis. They don't get to see him play all the time. They come watch him. It's late game, and the guy spins and makes that pass to Peyton on a rotation where they're doubling him. It was even live, I was like, oh my God, that's big time, especially the last 2 minutes of a game,
Right.
Or whatever it was, last 3 minutes of the game. So it's just the guy's so unique. I don't know what his wrists, his fingertips. I don't know what's going on there. It's crazy. It's very different.
Hey, plus, and here's the subtle thing, and you know this as a basketball guy and a guy who played a little point. He put a little top spin and put the pass more straight down so that it would bounce up to him and to his chest than run the risk of keeping it flat or anything like that. I mean, he purposefully changed the angle of the pass also, and that's doing it blinded.
No, and Scott, it's funny. I think we always try to compare, him as a complete player, and we say he's a little bit of this, he's a little bit of that. But sometimes just stop and say, what kind of passer is he?
Yeah.
And I completely agree. I see a lot of Vlade. I see some Steve Nash. I see some Stockton with the one-handed stuff. The Magic on the break. I mean, there's some just specifically passing.
Yep.
It's pretty incredible. I can look at him in different parts of the court and say, man, that reminds me a lot of this person in that situation. And that's pretty crazy to say. Comparing him to point guards and power forwards and a center like Vlade. Because to your point, Vlade he put spin on the ball in every pass.
Right.
Like, it was incredible. So, yeah, as we know, he's one of one.
I asked Vlade, and you got to coach him with your dad in Sacramento. And I asked Vlade one time, this was early when Vlade was wasn't he like GM or something for the Kings or something for a while?
Yeah.
And I asked Vlade, I said, do you see him? Is he compared to you? And so this was, 6-7 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And Vlade goes, no, he's already better than I was, which I said, wow. First humble, but Vlade was as good a big man passer as there's ever lived.
I know.
No,
Coach.
Absolutely.
Coach, who's sitting at your table tomorrow, and what are you in charge of?
Oh, man. Just the four of us. I'm just in charge of making suggestions. That's it.
No, you can't. That is so
So
funny.
you're back to the second seat tomorrow?
Wait a second. So you think
Yeah,
you can do nothing, but you can make suggestions?
Well, I mean, these suggestions sometimes are not heard, but I'm definitely going to do my best, hang out with the kids, make sure that they're occupied, play some cards, watch some football. It'll be a good day.
Actually, I got to tell you, Coach, we have two kids, too. We have my wife, and I've done the 4-person Thanksgiving. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Swear to God, man. You don't have to, you don't have to put on any airs.
I got
Just wear
between-
your sweats.
I
Just
got like 12 or 14 coming over.
Oh, well, we got like 20
Oh,
at
wow.
our thing this year. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, the foursome, because it's not going to always be that way. So there's nothing wrong with that. That sounds good. And not traveling.
it'll
and you're
be
being
good.
home, so.
And also, Stranger Things dropped today. I think it dropped this afternoon. So my kids are they rewatched the whole damn thing the last couple of days. So
Oh, that's awesome.
we'll dive into that.
Dude, you probably haven't had time, but you haven't checked out Pluribus yet, have you?
I have not. I haven't checked out anything, man,
Yeah,
lately.
yeah.
We've been, as you know, we've been living in the South and every
yeah.
now and then coming back to Denver. So it's been kind of crazy.
I got you. All right, hey, listen, happy Thanksgiving. 13-4 is 13-4, right? Like, there's some bottom lines of things, a lot of things to be grateful for, and we're grateful that you joined us today. Thank you, Coach.
I appreciate it. Happy holidays.
Okay, there you go, David Adelman.